Common question about minimalism. Is my hobby too messy? Short answer is no. No, it isn't. I had actually never thought about this before until you guys started asking me. And it seems like some of you are thinking about this as a potential problem for leading a minimalistic lifestyle. So the question is how to deal with all the stuff you need for your hobby or for your work or for your school, for example. If you have a really messy hobby that requires a lot of equipment and supplies, do you have to give it up in order to live a minimalistic, clean and clutter-free life? My opinion is this: you should never give up anything that makes you happy for the sake of being minimalist, or for any other sake for that matter. And here's why. I'm not sure about you guys, but the only reason why I am a minimalist is because it makes me happy. I'm not a minimalist simply to be a minimalist. I don't see the point of that. Minimalism is just a word that I use to describe a lifestyle that works for me and gives me joy. If there is any part of my life that makes me happy that isn't necessarily minimalistic, I wouldn't give it up. For instance, I love my job as a lifestyle, fashion and food blogger. To do this job properly, I need equipment and supplies. I need clothes and makeup to style with, I need camera equipment, I need kitchen stuff, a bunch of things that I maybe wouldn't own if I didn't have this job. But since I love my job, there's no reason for me to change it for the sake of being minimalist. The same thing goes for any hobby. If you love to paint, then you will need paint and brushes, and probably a lot of it so that you can really express yourself fully. There is nothing wrong with that as long as it makes you happy and the amount of stuff isn't overwhelming you. If you ask me, minimalism is finding out what kind of life you want to live and creating that life for yourself, at the same time as stop spending a bunch of energy on things that doesn't matter to you. Therefore, having a passion, like a hobby or a job that you love, is in fact creating that minimalist lifestyle. In my humble opinion, although someone else might tell you that what you do isn't minimalist enough when they look at your hobby, who cares? Let them say what they want. That is unimportant and shallow, since there is no such thing as a true way of being minimalist. This is your life and you make the rules. Now, if your hobby or job tends to get messy, here are a few tips that work for me. First of all, having a designated space for your equipment and supplies, making sure it's big enough for the purpose so that it won't feel overfilled. Second of all, being organized. The more stuff I have, the more neatly I want them organized in their place. Hanging on hangers, neatly folded, color coordinated, everything in its right place. And finally, know the difference between owning and collecting. I don't save clothes that I no longer use or appreciate just because I like fashion. Okay, that's it. That was my view on this subject. I hope that it resonates with any of you guys. And you know what? I would love to hear about your passions and hobbies. Are they messy? Are they neat and clean? Are you managing keeping everything organized? I want to hear about it in the comments. And if you liked this video, give me a thumb up. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. See you in my next video, I hope. Take care. Bye.